Hello, Jeremy.
What's going on, Mike?
How are you, my friend?
Doing well. You doing good?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate you asking. That means a lot.
I truly do care. I'm not throwing any cheap shots or anything out tonight.
Oh, I hope you not. I hope you wouldn't do that to me.
Oh, okay. Vanilla wafers.
From K. Roger. Hello. Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna pull up some comments here and see what we got. Man, my buddy Bobby Linden's in the house. He paid for my breakfast the other day. How nice is that? Thank you, Bobby. You're a blessing. Scott Terry. Hello, my friend. Justin, you're always in the house. We're always so glad to see you. Servant Soft Wash. Dwayne, my man, is in the room. Gary, so good to see you tonight. Logan, man, we just got a house full of people. This is a great night. Hey,
There we go.
let's see. Got Wardell. I don't know that I've ever seen that one. In fact, he says
Wardell.
first time joining. Thank you, Wardell. We're
Well,
going
we're glad to have you.
to throw his name up there right quick so everybody can meet. Everyone, introduce yourself to Wardell. I guess that's how you pronounce that.
That's
Glad
it.
you're with us tonight. And Charles Henry, the man with two names, Jerry Myers, and Arnie Ryder. So good to see everybody. What do you think about that right there? That right there. Oh, yeah. The cheap shot. It's been a good week for being cheap. It's good to see everyone.
What's going on, Elijah? Glad to see you tonight, brother. Glad to see you.
Jeremy's getting things set up in the other pages. He's sharing into the groups, and we always appreciate him doing that. It's good to see everyone tonight. We've got about 35 people in the room. We're hoping to get upwards of the 60, 70 mark tonight. That would be wonderful. And as always, don't forget, at the end of the podcast, we always end in prayer. And you've got a prayer request tonight. Be sure and put it in the comment section. We'll do our very best not to overlook it. If we do, remind us somewhere along throughout the evening, and we'll write it down. And then as we close out, we'll close out in prayer. That's announcement number one. We've got another announcement for you tonight. We almost never ask for donations or contributions of any kind on the podcast. However, we were notified recently that the price of admission for us has literally doubled. I'm to understand, Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, but doubled to the dollar. And so we're paying quite a bit out of pocket to have the podcast every week. We don't ask for anything, and donations are few. So if you'd like to give a donation tonight, I'll ask Jeremy when he's ready to go ahead and put, there he goes, he's ahead of me, putting our Venmo and Cash App up on the screen. And if you'd like to give, we would certainly appreciate your generosity. And I assure you, hand raised before the good Lord, that whatever gift that you give goes right back to the podcast just to make things better for you and pay for our StreamYard account. We have 40 in the room at this time. We're grateful that you're here.
Yes. Another announcement is maybe you've been sleeping under a rock and you didn't know this, but January 23rd through the 26th is our Smoky Mountain Wash Retreat taking place in downtown Gatlinburg. It's going to be super fun. And if you ain't going to be there, well, you know what? You're missing out. So you should be there. Really looking forward to a time of relaxation and fellowship with fellow washers, networking, and just having those in-depth, deep conversations in a relaxed environment about business, trying to get our mindset and ready to go for the upcoming year while enjoying the Smoky Mountains.
While enjoying Jeremy Messer and his beautiful wife.
Exactly.
Jeremy, real quick question about that. How much could a fellow expect to pay for a room if he were to get on and pay tonight?
Yeah, so I can get that link and everything posted up here in just a few minutes. But I think you're looking at you can either get a king or a queen, a double queen room, and they're exactly the same price, which I think is somewhere just slightly north of $300 with taxes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any more than $325 at all. I
Right.
think it's real close to around $300 with everything.
Yeah. So when I booked my room, guys, I think it was $315 for the room. And again, we're not charging anything. So we're going to have a good 3 nights and 4 days of just pure pressure washing fellowship and having a great time with one another. Plus a lot of rest and relaxation. You can bring your spouse, you can go shopping. It'll be a good time, considered a vacation, and you're not spending a lot of money. It's not a money grab, no money to be made here, but lots of education, lots of fun, lots of fellowship. And I encourage you to book your room as ASAP as possible.
Absolutely. I feel like I had something else, and now I don't know.
Well, you've got a few minutes. I'm going to throw up a question real quick. And
I know real quick. I wanted to throw this out. Had
Absolutely.
a conversation just maybe 2 hours ago with our good buddy, JC Chanowski. JC is going to be coming back on the show the second Wednesday in December. Or the second week of December. That might actually, I don't know how it falls. So we'll call it the second week of December.
All right, good. We love JC. JC's fire. He brings the fire. Like the fire. JC is like one of those fire logs that you put in the chimney and in the fireplace at Christmas time. He brings the fire. I don't know why I said that, but he does.
What is good? What are you doing?
Hey, real quick question or a real quick statement here from Servant Soft Wash. He says, if you set up a remote for that cheap shot, you're going to have a real good money maker there. Yeah, you're right. Now, I will tell you, Servant Soft Wash, I plan to use that for roof washing and for concrete pre and post treatments. Not really a need for a remote with that, but if you're washing houses or buildings, then definitely a remote system would work wonderfully. I've already talked to Jeremy about it. If you've got questions about the cheap shot, then feel free to ask questions. Glad to spend a little time talking about that. And then if you want to private message me questions from Facebook, I'd be glad to help out there. This too is not a money grab. If you've watched the video, we're just having a good time with it. And, who knows what may come of the future. I do plan to possibly sell the plans for it, complete parts list, and possibly that decal along the front to match your logo, your truck, your color scheme, and so forth. But the details are in the work for that. But all the parts that are necessary to connect that to your proportioner, you can find those on my video in the description, and you can order all of that today for a little bit of nothing. So I'd encourage you to do that.
Yeah. Someone had mentioned about the cost of the StreamYard. So I just went and looked it up so I could give you guys a week. I'm not sure. It's $88.99 plus taxes. So just, you're right at $100 a month to host it. So what's that? About $25 a week, roughly.
Yeah. Right
in that area. That's about what it cost us.
Mm-hmm.
I am not rocking a cheap shot. I don't know that I will rock a cheap shot. It's not out of the question. It's not out of the question. It's not out of the question at all. But I actually have plans on doing a new build this winter. So got something stirring, something I've got planned. So
something in the works.
Yeah. Something's brewing down here in Southeast Kentucky, but I don't know if I'll have room for what I'm doing. It could go on the trailer as a backup.
Well, let me ask you this, and you and I have not talked about it, have we?
Yeah.
The answer is no. All right.
I guess not.
We have not talked about it.
We didn't talk at all today.
No, we haven't. So we haven't talked about it. What you're adding to your machine, does it rhyme with Cho Glow? Does it or does it not? Does it? How about this? Okay, forget about Cho Glow. Does it rhyme with Show Mo?
No.
No, no go.
No go. Now listen. Now let me. I have okay. So blow snow or bow snow. Oh God. Listen. I've got a lot of stuff sitting around that I need to use. It's not getting used, right? I mean,
is her name Amanda?
She's overused. She's overworked.
I'm sorry.
She's overworked. But yeah, no. So I got a skid. That's what I got.
Okay.
So skid's going to be getting an 8-gallon on it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the soft wash yet. I've got an AR-45 sitting there that's never been off a shelf, so I could just buckle it up and go, or I might just do a 12-0. I could do a cheap shot. I don't know. Maybe I could do a cheap shot. I don't know.
You could do a cheap shot. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm
not going to do a cheap shot until there's a resolution for that stupid muffler.
No doubt about that. You're going to have to wear earmuffs.
I'm not. I can't do it.
That wash I did yesterday where I filmed it, the first wash, there was some Hispanics tearing off a neighbor's roof, and I actually asked them to turn up their music because the cheap shot was drowning it out. So, yeah. Well, you know what? People are asking about the muffler. It sounds like a cheap lawnmower. You know, if you're mowing the lawn with a small, it's what it sounds like. It's just it's no louder than our other machines. It's just high pitched, so it sounds obnoxious. But
I would be almost curious to know if. I'd be straight up. I don't even know what the muffler looks like on it. Like, does it boat up? How does it work? I mean, is it possible to make your own muffler and put like a GX200 muffler on there somehow? Or, can you, I'm sure it can be fabbed up to make something quieter.
I put a big stack up there.
Yeah. Levi here makes a good deal. Like, this has kind of been on my mind about building my own. Cause as you all know, I like to build my own equipment for the most part. So that was something that I had kind of thought about doing. But then I'm like, that's exactly right.
That's right, Delta Suds. Yeah, so you think that you're interested in building something, Jeremy?
Well, I'm a tinker. I like to tinker. I like to build stuff. I've built I think that's how most people find me on YouTube, is not for pure entertainment or washing. It's mostly for equipment building, which I have not done much of in the last year and a half.
Well, if you can get a heater out there in your garage, and I would encourage you to put together some build videos. Everyone would enjoy that.
Oh yeah, well, it is heated and cooled, so.
Oh, I did not know that. Oh, yeah. Andrew Morris. Excuse me, Andrew. I'm sorry I batched your name there.
It might be. He's from Australia, right? New Zealand.
New Zealand. He said, "Hey, Mike, can you use the cheap shot on a batch mix tank?" Absolutely. You could just go straight through your machine. If you didn't have a proportioner and you wanted to mix up your mix into a tank, you could absolutely do that. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Make sure you rinse that bad boy out real good. And one of the beauties of the cheap shot is, if you wanted to, you can take off the primer cap that's only finger tight, and you could pour some neutralizer down there. And Make that
Sorry.
bad boy last a long time.
Eric, look here at our good buddy Eric. Eric, we greatly appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Are you serious, Eric? Dude, don't be doing that stuff. Are you serious, brother? Eric, you are a blessing, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. We'll make sure that, hey, we going on vacation now. There's Christina. It's been a while since we've seen her.
Eric, did you get signed up to go to Gatlinburg? Did you get signed up? Hey, if you got signed up, drop it down in the comments. Let me know if you guys are going. Yeah. I tell you, did you wash today? Did you do any washing today?
You talking to me? The answer is no.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you didn't do any? So,
no, we had pouring rain today. We have snow coming tomorrow.
Let me tell you how bad it sucked. I walked outside this morning. It was about 63 or 4 at the house. It felt good with just jeans and a shirt on. I left out with jeans and a shirt, and I did have a hoodie. I did wear boots. So I got 49 storage units, brand new storage units that's getting, let's call it post-construction cleaning, okay?
Wow.
They want everything, the walls sprayed off on the inside just from the dust, and they want the floor sprayed out. Now, mind you, I am 370. Well, I ran 375 feet of hose. That's how far I'm away from the water source. So, what are you doing?
Taking your picture.
Am I freezing?
You did freeze a little bit, but you're good. We can hear you just fine.
Audio's good? Okay. Well, that works.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyways, I started out, it was 62, man. It felt good. And then I seen these big dark clouds coming. I was like, man, it's getting cold. Like, I know I was getting a little wet. And I was like, I'm getting cold. I kept washing. Next thing I know, it's like 45 degrees. It's dark. It starts raining a little bit. I'm like, I felt like I went from like Florida to Connecticut or something like that. I felt, and I was just like instantly froze because I was wet. And now I'm looking at it, and it's going to be like 32 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, same.
And
here.
I got 6 units left.
Mm.
So, and these are like 12 by 40s or 14 by 40s. They're like RV size.
Wow,
They're big.
That'd be nice to rent for Jazzy.
Well, I thought to myself, I was like, man, like this would be really nice just to rent for my trailer, back it in there, and I can free my garage up. But I bet they're probably $250 or $300 a month.
Couldn't handle that. Daniel Smith says, question for Fresh. Were you involved in the freestyle BMX scene in your younger days? Bro, I'm still involved in the freestyle BMX scene. Yes, I was, only on a local level. I did, I raced, I went to different states racing, but the freestyle I only did on a local level. I was sponsored by Holiday Inn, and we did shows and things of that nature back in the day. But then I got a car and I got a girlfriend. But yeah, I'm still quite involved in the scene. I just don't get to ride that much.
Oh, I knew what I was going to mention earlier, Mike.
Talk to me.
I talked to our buddy Tommy Bain. Tommy came out of surgery. Tommy's doing well. I think he's staying another. I think he's staying another day.
Okay.
Up in Cleveland. Was it the Mayo Clinic?
Yep.
So, looking like everything's went well. So just now we're in recovery phase. So praise the Lord on that one.
Yeah, I talked to Tommy yesterday, and for anyone who doesn't know, Tommy had open heart surgery, and it was a lot. Did he tell me 18 hours of surgery on this boy? And
yeah, he had his valve replaced.
Yep. So let's continue to pray for Tommy Bain. We like our buddy Tommy. He's from Chicago. I'll be in Chicago this weekend. I might make some videos in Chicago. Clarkson pressure washing. Real quick question: how do you get the pump to prime? Guess you're talking about on the cheap shot. There's just a little cap on top. Pour some water in it. It primes just like that. Every pump should do this, by the way. But yeah, that's how it is. It's literally 10 seconds to prime the pump. Patrick says, Jeremy, you should call your build the Tinkerer Sprinkler. I like it. Hey, Patrick, how's that fence wash going? Patrick has literally 1 mile of fence to wash this week. I want to see him getting it done.
That should be your nickname, Mike.
What's that? Tinkerer Sprinkler?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I have plenty of nicknames. Well, we've got a 59 in the house. Maybe you've got some questions for us tonight. Hey, real quick.
Oh, I got a question for you. I got a question for everyone here and a question for you. But
okay,
I'll go after you read this one.
Okay, I'll read it. But the reason I wanted to bring this up was because 5'7" Jersey Customs, didn't you also have a procedure last week? If you did not, it seems like there was somebody that had a number ahead of their name. But we've been praying for several people. But how long would it take to change out the motor and pump to the cheap shot if you're in the field? Could it be done pretty quickly to swap? 10 or 15 minutes. The problem with the cheap shot is the hoses are 1 inch onto those barbs. So you could either cut it or you could work it loose, but not terribly difficult. Go ahead and tell us your story, Jeremy.
All right, Nathan, if you're here, Nathan, you're still on here. I want you to pay attention to this. All right. Let's see. How can I phrase this? WWMD. There we go.
What would Mike do?
Yeah, what would Mike do? What would Mike do if Mike was in the Christmas light business? He had received his 50% deposit for his Christmas lights. Mike goes out and thus does the job, completes the invoice. The owner is not home when it's finished, then sends the invoice, which is usually when we get paid. And it's not uncommon, I feel like, for not to get paid until they come home and see the lights. Totally understandable. But now we're like at at least a 2-week time frame, slightly, maybe a little bit more, and still not received final payment.
Wow.
Justin, Nate, if you're here, comment, let me know. Or anyone else, let me know. So Jeremy? This is a signed contract. Signed contract too.
That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was going to ask.
Signed contract.
Well, you're lucky or blessed to have the signed contract that allows you to go back and take a sneak peek at what you've done and then or what has been promised, and you can share that with them. If I may be so bold, and right here on the podcast, what does your contract say about payment?
There's a 50% non-refundable deposit due at time of accepting the estimate. Then it says the final 50% of deposit is due at the time of completion of job.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe I would just be doing like this. Yeah, 2 weeks is a long time. But that being said, people just kind of life happens.
So hear me out. I had in this contract originally, okay, I never had anything about late payment fees. So what have I done? I have went back and I have restructured my new terms going forward to now it is $25 per day per late payment fee. And maybe that's too cheap. I don't know. I don't even know. Is there a law that limits you on how much you can charge per day? I don't know. Nathan, I did not get a card on file, but I have thought about doing from now on putting a card on file with all my customers.
Patrick is halfway done with that fence as of today. That means you're going to be done by Friday. You guys are kick butt this week. It's going to snow here tomorrow. So, and then let's see. I believe Christina said she was taking tomorrow off because of weather as well. So she won't be helping you.
Yeah. Look here. I told her that I was going to put her make her head of accounts receivable.
Fun times. Fun times. Here's a question from TJ Mars. He says, how are you guys getting jobs in November in Ohio? You're asking the wrong cat. I shut down after next week. So I will shut down right before Thanksgiving. And I won't, Lord willing, I won't start back up until March. But if the weather gets better and I get some calls, then I will continue to work. I don't pursue anything after Thanksgiving. That would just be the best way of putting it. There we go. Cleaned the steeple today, Michael says. Had to leave some lichen on it. It killed me to do so, he says, but I got 6% on it, so it'll be fine. Yep. It'll fall down. It'll fall down over time.
Oh, yeah. How cold is it up there in New Hampshire right now, Christina? Jerry?
So I was correct and I was incorrect. He says, I'm scheduled for a hernia surgery this February. Appreciate your prayers. Also dealing with heart palpitations quite frequently. Well, I did pray for you this week, brother. I was thinking that your surgery was.
I can relate to that, 577. I feel you.
You've been struggling too. Pray for our buddy Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting to see a general surgeon for 2 hernias, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Up here crawling around on the roof like Spider-Man, though.
You read that, Jeremy?
I don't bother until after it hits 30 days, and if I need the money, I'll send a reminder starting at 2 weeks. Well, it isn't that I don't need the money. It's just that's the payment terms for residential customers. Commercial customers is different.
Yep. Patrick says, fence wash has made me do something I've never done before. Finally used surfactant for the first time this week. Brother, I was with you at the Huge. I wish you used surfactant in the shower. It'd help all of us out. Come on. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Andrew says I would be following up, making sure they were happy to see their lights. Oh, and by the way, can you pay me? Absolutely. Yeah, Charles Henry asked if you have a late fee. He does have a late fee now.
Now I do. Late fee now. Yeah, someone said, yeah, I am. Yes, I'm still washing.
I'll just throw us up here for Eric Grooms. He says, is there anyone in the house that's given huge quotes, like between 6 and 7 figures? He said, I've got one coming up. I could use some advice. Wow. That's great, brother. We hope you land that if that's what you're wanting. Christina says, I can't wait for the meetup in Gatlinburg. Somebody else asks if there's anybody else going. Christina's going to be there. Who all is going to the Smoky Mountain Wash Retreat? Again, January the 23rd through the 26th. We'll put links in the description or in the comment section over here where you can sign up. And it's only going to be around $300 plus your food and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, I promise. All right, let's moving through the comment section here.
Sorry, I'm looking for something here. Forgive me.
Logan asked a question. He says, Mike, Who do you use as your supplier? Local businesses, or are you what suppliers for what, Logan? Are you asking supplies for SH, for equipment? I could use some help there with that one. Glad to help out if I can. I like this guy. Levi says build and sell equipment during the off season. Yeah, if I had a shop, I would definitely do that. I don't have a shop. Mr. Toy Box says the phone has been blowing up since Trump won. He blew up your phone? Come on, man. I love it too. Good for you, brother. There's a great question. Steve's Premier Power Washing. He's in that Tennessee, Virginia area. Not a very good look. I'm sorry. He's in that Hamilton, Ohio area. He says, with the snow and freezing temps coming, did you winterize your machines? I did not. It has to stay cold for several hours, like below freezing, before I winterize. Here's a great question from Justin Sigmund. He says, question, do you guys always pre-wet siding before SH? Feel like I'd be much faster if I didn't. The only time that I pre-wet siding of any kind is if it's in the blazing sun and or if it's heavily oxidized. If it's heavily oxidized, for instance, the vinyl, then yes, I will pre-wet and then slap some SH on there and then rinse it quickly. If the siding is extremely hot or if it's in the blazing sun, then yes, I'll pre-wet it, but I don't, not spending all day doing that. Just wet it, put some SH on it, rinse it real quick. Even if you have to do it a couple of times, it's better than ruining that siding and having all that extra work on your hands. GNC Soft Wash is in the house. Good to see you tonight, my brother.
Yes, let's see here.
Michael Lowe says, I have a major prayer request at the end. Absolutely, brother. We'll be praying for you, my friend. We'll make sure to mention that. Daniel Smith says, Fresh, what brand is the orange tape you are using for property protection? You got a pen and pad? This one might be hard to remember. It's the cheapest duct tape that Walmart sells. They usually have it sitting on the end cap for about $3.50. And I buy the yellow, the orange, and the pink. They sell it in all kinds of colors, but I like to be able to see it, or else I might tend to forget it and leave it on there. But I found that the orange and the yellow, they peel real easily. They tear real easily. So that's what I use for taping up outlets.
I think you should get some of that cheetah print, leopard print stuff. I bet you could tape up faster.
I need checkerboard tape, don't I? If I had checkerboard tape, could you imagine the speed?
Oh gosh. Let me see if I can get this out.
All right.
Add a slide. Upload.
I didn't like this comment at all. Patrick says, hey, guys, don't let the cheap shot hit those. Hey, Mike, he says, don't let the cheap shot hit those skinny legs of yours. I want to show. Well, I'm not going to show you. Boy, you talk about the room blowing up. We got 64. We'd have 164 if I showed one of my legs, and they'd be here all night. I'm telling you right now. Come on. Scott Terry. On a serious note, Scott Terry says, add me to your prayer list. He says, I had a colon testing today. Prayers for good results. I'm going to step to the side real quick. And you know what? I got my phone right here. Here it is. I'm going to write down my prayer requests for tonight. Praying for Michael Lowe. And we're praying for our friend Scott Terry. Maybe there are others tonight you'd like for us to pray for at the end. I believe it's my turn to pray tonight, so I'll be glad to do that for you.
I'm trying to do something here to get this pulled up.
Okay. Roof washing in the mid-40s. What's your take or experience? You probably just need to bump up the SH level just a little bit. But remember, if you're in the sun, the shingles are going to be hot. If there's sun blazing on it, then the shingles are going to be nice and warm. So you're probably going to have the same results as if you did if it were in the 80s and 90s. Might just have to bump up that potency a little bit. Here's a great question from Scott Surface Cleaning. This was when I said Tennessee and Virginia a minute ago, this is who I thought I was talking to. He says, do you have to sign up for Gatlinburg if I'm not staying? If I'm driving from Kingsport about 65? Of course not. Come on in, brother. We're going to have a great time. We'll be having morning meetings from 9 to 11. Friday and Saturday, and then we've got a whole bunch of things we're going to be doing. You're more than welcome to hang out with us, and it won't cost you a thing if you're driving over. Love to have you. I like how this guy just spends my money. Mr. Toybox says, build a shop, Mike. I did. I'll do that. I'll get right on that.
So I know a few people's mentioned it. Let me throw it up here, see if we can get this on here. Here it is.
Thank you.
Even though I shall say smoking does not have an E in it. Just let me confirm, that way I can. My wife has told me time and time again to take that E out, and this is not my document. This is Mike's. So if you haven't seen it, here it is. It's going to be a good time. Down in the comment section down below, I'm throwing up the booking link if you guys would like to book. There is only, at the moment, I just pulled it up, I think there's 13 rooms available. So I would book a room for sure if you're going to go. Like, it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be relaxation. And very well, what you see in this picture is very well what it could look like over there in January. It does snow. Yes, it is great. It's relaxing. It's just different. So everything is in the comment sections for the link. If you if you're not able to click the link or use the link, you may have to highlight it and open it separate. Or if you need it, just send me a message on Facebook or reach out to me in some form or fashion. We can get you the link. Actually, if you're on YouTube, once this is over, we can add the link into the description of the video, and that should make it clickable. So,
thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Real quick question from Justin Nigmeyer, who is one of our exclusively fresh members. He said, Mike, did the amount of exclusively fresh members surpass your expectations? Just curious how it's going for you. Hopefully well. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that, Justin. I really don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. I'm very happy with our attendance and the membership. You can always ask for more participation, but we have our morning manna every single day, our fresh manna. This Saturday, I'll be putting out a new Professor Fresh where we break down all of the analytics of a wash job this past week. We've got our challenge coming up soon. There's a lot going on, and we'll be doing our live video probably from Chicago. That's the plan. So just got a lot going on. But Justin, thank you for asking. If you're interested in exclusively fresh, find me on Facebook, message me. Can you throw up my phone number, Jeremy? You can text me and I can send you the link for Exclusively Fresh, and you can join and you can be a part of an amazing group of washers who are bouncing ideas off of each other, and it's an amazing thing. We'd love to have you. Fabled Soft Washing says, put me in your prayer request as well. And then also Arnie Ryder. Arnie's having surgery coming up, and we're going to be praying for you, Arnie. Praying for you, Fabled Soft Wash.
My internet must be absolutely terrible here tonight.
I know what I was expecting, but Exclusively Fresh, and so far,
Okay, hold on a second. What's up if you guys can see this? I just got this text. This is from Patrick Johnson. Let me turn up the volume on this. There we go.
I know what I was expecting, but Exclusively Fresh, and so far,
Let's do that again.
what I was expecting, but Exclusively Fresh, and so far,
Yeah, well, he's sending me a lot of leg pics that I'm not asking for. So the dude is kind of weird. He's got a fetish about these legs. He's always asking to see my legs. I show him. I go ahead and show him because he asks. It's just uncomfortable.
If you must know, Mike's got an OnlyFans, and it's called Exclusively Legs.
Oh God, could you imagine? Yeah, we're gonna try to pray here in a little bit. Oh wow, we got a bunch going on in the house tonight. So good to see everyone. A lot of times we just goof off and have a good time. That seems to be one of these nights. But if you got some questions, we'd love to ask them. If we don't have answers, we'll throw them over here in the comment section and ask these guys and gals to help out.
So Mike,
yes, sir.
You're shutting down. Thanksgiving's next week. You're going to be shutting down. How many washes have you got left to do?
I just have a few. I just have some gutter cleaning to do. I have one church and steeple wash. I have to look at my notes, but I think that's it. Just got some gutter cleaning and that steeple wash. You don't hear me complaining. It's cold out there, bro.
It is cold. I felt it today. My bones were cold.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Eric Groom says, if you have not signed up for Exclusively Fresh membership, please do. His content will save you so much time and money. Very grateful. Thank you, brother. I'm grateful. I appreciate you very much. Eric Groom's the man.
Oh, if you're in the comment section, I see this, Elijah, I see your question here. Throw it up here. If you're still watching, let us know in the comment section how many houses, or let's just say invoices or jobs or however you want to look at it. How many have you done this year? Let us know the answer to
that. He was asking, so I'll be glad to answer that. I do not have it pulled up on my phone, Elijah, but typically speaking, I'm right at the 400 mark. 2 years ago, I did 451. Last year was less than 451. We'll say 425. This year, I'd say I'm right back around the 400 mark, maybe even a little less. We had a very, very slow fall, very slow. So yeah, but if I'm around that 400 mark, that's usually a pretty good number for me. And I didn't have any, to my best of my memory, I didn't have any big high ticket commercial jobs this year. You know, I had some good commercial jobs, but nothing that like the factory washes that I do and so forth. None of that going on. I'm sure that the being in election season, I'm confident that had a lot to do with that. In fact, Jeremy, that's a great discussion to have, if not tonight, sometime about what we, you know, especially as we get closer to 2025, expectations for the upcoming year. That'd be a great topic.
I'm at 157. Me personally. and that's not counting the one today because I ain't finished. Then I got 2 more Little Caesars that's needs to get done if I can get them done. I ain't trying to clean some really dirty stucco and high 30-degree weather. I'm not about it.
Joe Allen, who, by the way, is the man. If you're on Facebook, throw your friendship out there to Joe Allen and check out his washes every day. I don't know how he keeps up with himself. 175 customers served so far. I think that was just today. And then Advanced Soft Wash from Mississippi. He says, you going to try the cheap shot on the steeple? Depends upon how high that it is. But yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. That'd be a great video, by the way.
Let's see.
Christina says, yep, 350 give or take.
Tarrant 25.
Nice. Boy, look at this one. He's on it. Oh, look here. How about this? Justin says, first year, got a later start than I hoped. 47 invoices. Opinions, please. It's hard to know, Justin. I mean, if you're talking, you got a late start. You just got started this year. Most people, I would tell you, I start slowing down in July. So if you've got 47 invoices, that's nothing to sneeze about, right, brother.
I don't know where you're at, Justin. Comment down below. Let me know where you're at, what city and state you're in. But I'll tell you what, my first year, I didn't start till June. And I think I finished with, it was either 53 or 63 jobs my first year. So I feel like it's pretty good. I felt like my first year, really not knowing what I was doing, not really knowing, like it was new, right? The business is new, washing's new, everything's new. I feel like it's pretty good. I mean, I don't think it's nothing to feel ashamed about.
Right. Hey, GMC Soft Wash, with your permission, I want to save this for another night when we can actually focus on it, because we're kind of rounding towards the top. And I believe that question right there might deserve a whole episode. So with your permission, we'll hold off on that one. But this is a great one as well.
Write that question down.
Yeah. That was an easy one to remember. What are we going to do it differently in 2025? And Kodesh Pressure Washing says, what kind of marketing strategies do you guys implement in the colder season to stay busy?
I don't stay busy in the cold winter.
Yeah, I'm not.
I stay warm.
This is what I'm normally. Patrick, are you watching? Hold on a second. I don't even know if I can get it up here. I can't even. Hold on. I'll just step up on this.
I can't see you.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. See there, Patrick? See them legs? See them pajamas? That's my marketing strategy in the wintertime. my PJs, bro. I'm telling you, it's the worst podcast ever, but we sure do have a lot of fun doing it.
He watches waistline in the winter.
See? Patrick says, I show people pictures of Mike's legs. I'm telling you, the dude's got a fetish. Oh, I wish I didn't send him so much stuff. I feel bad now.
Let's see. I have lost where we were at.
Levi says, in this amount of time just watching the show, most folks would have almost washed a building in the rain with a rainmaker, or done building a rainmaker or moneymaker. Yep. I know. But you wouldn't have this quality education, brother. Old legs Carmody. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
This guy's up here close to you, ain't he? I don't know where that's at, but he's in Ohio. So does it
I
make
know. Yeah, he's on up there a bit. He's in that real cold weather stuff.
No man's
Cold
land.
war. Yep. Brother, I'm going to tell you right now, 57 jobs, nothing to sneeze at. You're doing fine, my friend.
Yeah. Net go. That's you go. All right. I see you. Boy, we're way down
Absolutely.
here coming in.
Well, Eric's not wrong about this right here. Oops, sorry. Did I throw that one up there by
sorry.
accident? Good night,
I
Levi.
don't know.
You have a good night. Eric says, I keep my foot on the gas during the cold months, Google and Facebook advertising. Everyone else is giving up during the winter. That makes me the only game out there, he says, and it pays off. Fantastic for you. Absolutely, Eric. I'll be throwing that on a fresh manna. Keep up the winter advertising. It's true.
That's fair.
Elijah says, my biggest winter advice, hit up your big-time landlord buddies, those who have lots and lots of properties. He said, mine don't mind if I'm out there in the middle of January as long as they're clean. Oh, that's good advice, brother. Good advice.
Hey, what's those guys' phone numbers, Elijah? If you don't mind sharing. I need some buddies.
Absolutely.
Oh, here's a question. Build a skid for my pickup, my truck, or go with a trailer? Well, I would say, do you need to use your pickup truck for other stuff? I don't know, are you good with driving a trailer? Have you ever drove a trailer? I would probably prefer a pickup skid over the trailer, personally, after having both. Actually, in fact, you know what? Don't do neither one. Just go buy a flatbed and be like Mike. Because everyone wants to be like Mike.
Yeah. Sure they do. Well, the biggest problem with a truck is if the truck breaks down, you got to figure out what you're going to do. But I will tell you this, Jeremy, along that same line, it crossed my mind today. Tell me what you think about this. That little cheap shot is so lightweight, so compact, so, cheap. A person could throw that in the back of their backup pickup truck that they've got around behind the barn. They don't even need a hose reel. You just need a water hose to get you to the house and a couple 100 feet of Flexzilla that you can carry on your shoulder if you wanted to. And you could wash a house easy peasy with that thing. So if you had if your truck did break down and you had a backup truck, but you couldn't offload your skid, man, you could put that little thing on there and you could definitely get house washing done. You couldn't do concrete, of course, but if you got roofs and if you've got a house to wash, you could do it with the cheap shot. Yeah. It's not even a promo. I'm just telling you, that crossed my mind today because I was thinking about the weight, putting the weight on my F-150, putting an 8 GPM machine, a ladder rack, 2-3 hose reels, 100-gallon water tank, 50-gallon bleach tank. That's a lot of weight on that F-150. But I could get the job done with that cheap shot. Just put it on there, keep it on there, and use it whenever I needed to. Just make sure you take an extra gas can with you because you're only going to get about an hour and a half out of that little gas tank.
What's it cost? $1?
Yep.
Shoot. Where's we at?
JC said the F-150s are for driving to an 8-hour job, not doing an 8-hour job. You got that right.
Did you see this guy?
Okay, let's just talk about that for a second.
I want to hear this. I want. Is he pulling my leg?
No, he's not. Well, I didn't know that you were in Aruba. Yeah, we'll pray for you there, Scott. You're just out there suffering for Jesus, I know. But Scott works for a place that has SH delivered to him, like to the workplace. And for the longest time, he gets it at their rate, which is 88 cents a gallon. But now he has quit his job. I didn't know you were going to do that, Scott. I'm proud of you. I trust that you're making the right decision. No more 88 cents a gallon for SH. Yeah, you're talking $16 to $20 a case there in your area. If you're going to Rural King, you know where Rural King is there in Bristol. Now you're talking $17 a case. So
surely they can get chemical cheaper than that, though.
That's $4.25 a gallon.
Yeah,
That's
but I mean,
probably
is there not a chemical place?
Yeah, he's got one there. Scott, you've got a chemical place in Bluff City. No. You've got a chemical place, I think, in Bluntville.
Well, I wish I was in Bluff City right tomorrow morning. Get me some breakfast at the diner. God,
Bluff City has one stoplight. They don't have a chemical company. I promise you
if I'm moving to Tennessee, I'm going to Bluff City, son.
Hey, Scott, scratch all of that. It's Piney Flats. There's a chemical store, a chemical place in Piney Flats, Tennessee. Remember that. That's not terribly far from you. Dang, guys, I just know stuff. You know what I mean? I just happened to, like right off the back of my head, I know where a chemical place is in Tennessee. So,
like he's been there before.
Yep. Whew, $23 a case. My goodness. People, come on. Thank God I'm not tipping jugs anymore. Well, we're rounding up to the top of the hour. We're going to close out here in just a few moments. If you've got prayer requests, go ahead and share them. And Scott, we'll pray for you there in Aruba. Okay? We'll pray for you there in Aruba.
Oh, gosh.
Bless him. Are you tired, buddy?
I'm tired, man.
Bless him, Lord.
Ain't nobody going to rock me to sleep tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Shoot, son.
Mr. Toybox says on the cheap shot, did you hook it up to a buffer tank, or do you just run water hose straight to the machine from the house? You'll have to use a buffer tank because it's going to shoot no less than 6 gallons per minute. And Joseph was telling me that he gets 9.5 gallons out of his. I have mine too, my buffer tank. And one of the things that I'm going to do, Jeremy, is my tank is so tall, and I'm going. My cheap shot is right there below the tank, so yeah. It goes up and underneath the cheap shot, then up to the tank, and then down all the way to the tank. And Joseph is thinking that might be why I'm not getting the GPM that he's getting, because he just has a short distance. So I'm thinking I'm going to go from the bottom of my buffer tank, and I'll only have about 5 feet or so, maybe less, and that might increase my GPM.
Are you going to go out the valve? You gonna make something out the valve?
I'm open to suggestions.
Well, that would save you from putting a Uniseal in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as I didn't restrict any flow at that point. But it's
coming out of a 2-inch valve.
Yeah, it shouldn't be any problem. Yeah, I could definitely come up out of a valve and straight over, and that would actually, I could do that with just a few feet.
Yeah,
that's. Jeremy, where have you been all my life?
Yeah, That's why they call me Bishop Big Ticket.
Sure they do. That's what they call you.
That's fair.
All right, here we go. Kemp says, how do you prevent AC damage from SH? Notice you don't cover them during washes, assuming there is overspray sometimes. Never questioned it, brother. I spray and pray. No, I just don't, they have to be washed as well. And I guess you're talking about the outside AC unit. You shouldn't have problems with that. It's not like you just want to sit there and blast it with SH, but you can wash those. I wash them. Almost every house wash gets a free AC wash as well.
Someone lost their mind on me one time in the comments section over that discussion right there.
Over the AC unit?
Talking about, yeah. You mean it was on a video of mine and absolutely went bat crap crazy. Almost an argument. I'm just like, shut up and get off my channel. Like,
oh, hey,
go talk to somebody else.
How are you? Pretty good. Good. Well, here's another question as well. I don't know why anybody would even care, and it's certainly to drive you bananas over it. Hey, brother, you can't be seen on here. It has a background, so you can come and go as you please. Oh, you're good. Okay. John Taylor, I don't care much for John in this comment section here. He says, have you been overwhelmed with work this time of the year, or is it just me? I'm booked up until January. It's pretty rare. Well, you know what, John? We don't really care. So,
Well, John's in Mississippi. It's about 85 degrees down there.
That's great, John. I'm just teasing you, old buddy. Yeah. When you get to these colder states, you're just not so fortunate unless you have some commercial contracts that you're lined up with.
Where are we at? My goodness, look here.
Bishop Big Ticket. Sean Weber in the house. Deacon Downstream. Pastor Pryor. Pope use no soap. I'm telling you. Listen, here's the thing. Whenever I see John in the comment section, those pretty teeth right there, you see them teeth. Listen, I got to give him a shout out. I told him this morning, and I mean it sincerely. By far, my favorite channel on YouTube is Sean Weber. Just go in there, Sean Weber. Type in Sean Weber. Scene Weber is the best way to remember it. And he's got the best channel on YouTube.
I'm gonna tell you though, that photo right there, that's Photoshop. That's not even him. That's not him.
You talk about AI. That was like the first week of AI right there.
He's like an Instagram influencer. He's photoshopped it. That's what it is.
Like
it's filtered.
Next will be like this. Don't touch the chin.
Him and his little jelly arms up there.
Yeah, jelly arms. You know who else has jelly arms? I'll tell you who else has jelly arms. Believe it or not, Patrick Johnson from Skyrise Pressure Washing. You know what he told me today? He told me I use this God's honest truth right here. Patrick Johnson said, I use an AR-45 because the gun on my downstream is too heavy. I got it on video. He sent me a video. I don't bless him, Lord. Bless him, Lord. He's like 6'6", arms made of sticks. Bad. It's bad.
Oh goodness.
Yep. All right. We're down it towards the top there.
Hey, if Mama's watching, tell her I said hello and I love her.
Oh,
shout out to family.
How sweet. You must owe them money. Ain't no doubt about it. You owe them some money. Here we go. Levi. I thought you were going to bed, Levi. Levi said he was going to bed. He woke up just to ask this question. He said, I've just Just have a question, just came up. Anyone ever wash a house with sodium hydroxide instead of sodium hypochlorite? Phew, that'd be expensive.
That's a big negative for me because I sure ain't trying to cause no oxidation runs.
Yeah. I've heard of it. I've never heard anybody washing a house. I've heard people washing a roof with sodium hydroxide. But that's a terrible idea because it's a degreaser, so you don't want to get it on your shingles. Now, I wonder, he may have meant hydroxide, but did you mean peroxide? If you meant peroxide, that you could definitely wash a roof with peroxide. I'm not sure you want to wash a house with it. All right. Anybody else before we jump off here? JC says, hey, Mike, I could share some valuable information with you, but I can't right now with those pumps. I can call you later this week. Yeah, let me know, brother. Call, text, we'll talk about it. Thank you, my friend. Thank you in advance.
Oh,
all right. We're rounding it towards the top.
that's right.
We're going
Bishop Big Ticket with the big guns. Oh.
Scott says he has the best, or that's John Taylor. Hold on a second. Where's Scott? Scott says, I still have the best profile picture. Oh, do you recognize that, Jeremy?
That looks like Scott dropping his son off for the first day of school.
Kindergarten. I met Scott in Virginia, and he just happened to be close to me, and I was like, "Hey, I know where you're at. Let's meet up." And so he came and hung out with me. And dude is like 6'14", and he had to bend over to get that picture of me. He's on his knees right there, by the way.
So Scott stands flat-footed and cleans out gutters.
What y'all don't see is I'm actually sitting on his knee. Oh, I got to pray here in a minute. That's going to be rough. Oh, we got to go another couple of minutes just so I could calm down. The answer is yes. Jake, you can downstream muriatic acid. I guess you're going to clean a driveway. Now, by the way, let me say this real quick. If you're trying to clean fallout with this method, I would highly discourage it because you cannot contain the overspray. But if you're downstreaming a driveway to clean up some rust, something like that, you can do that. But don't downstream a house. I highly discourage that.
The last thing you want to get muriatic acid all over you.
Scott said, Lord, let this podcast come to a close. All right. We're going to go pray. You want to pray a little bit? Let me pull up my prayer request list here. Real super quick. We are praying for Michael Lowe. We're going to pray for Scott Terry. We're going to pray for Arnie Ryder and Fabled Soft Wash. We'll pray for you guys tonight. All right, let's do that. Father, we come to you tonight thanking you for your blessings. We have so many friends. Tonight we had 60 plus friends gather with us in one little room, and we just talked and had a good time. It's always a good time on a Wednesday night, just enjoying the people that you place in our lives. We do not take them for granted. In fact, we look forward to any time we can be together and count it a great honor and a blessing. We pray, Lord, tonight for Michael Lowe, who is going to be having his surgery soon, and then Scott Terry as well. Arnie Ryder, and Fabled Soft Wash. We pray for these guys. We ask, Lord, that you would do great things in their lives. Those who are going to be having surgery or procedure, Lord, we ask that you would guide the hands of the doctors and the nurses and the caretakers in those facilities. And then, Father, I didn't write it down because I know it's so well. I pray for Jeremy as he will be scheduling surgery here soon as well. We ask, God, that you would guide him in those decisions that he has to make there. We know that work is important right now. So we pray that, Lord, you'd have mercy on him. And thank you for this podcast. We once again thank you for just the ability to be able to do this, answer some questions, make a lot of friends, and laugh while we do it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you. All.
Oh, look at theirs. And hey, we're talking, speaking of angel, Lord have mercy. You got an angel on your shoulder.
Well,
like,
she just, what was that song, Knocking on Heaven's Door? Or is that what she played that time when I was praying?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh.
Classic moment. Classic
it's been
moment.
fun. Jake, we do this every Wednesday, 9:00. Sometimes we take a week off, but we'll see you soon.
Look forward to it. Good night, guys.
See you.
Bye-bye.